And hey, if you got weekend plans, that probably means if you're a parent, you need a babysitter. And that's what we're talking about today. Some tips on finding a good one. Joining us, Lisa Hurst and Allie Dar. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
All right, so what are your top tips for finding a babysitter for your kids?
I think there's a lot of unique ways to do it as you know, you don't just have to go out and find someone that you don't know or you're not comfortable with. One way Allie and I do a lot of things, and my sister-in-law and I do also, is we share a babysitter. So it's like cost effective, it makes it easier, and your kids get to play together too.
Okay.
So like last week, Allie brought her kids over. We had one babysitter. We went away for a few hours. We split the money and the babies, you know, the kids play together, they're the same age, so it really makes it easier because the kids have like a playmate, so they're not as needy. And
that's really smart money-wise, absolutely.
Definitely.
Now, when it comes to babysitters, do you guys do background checks? Like, how does it work?
I was a nanny before, and I had a background check when I was a nanny, and I fully encourage it. If you were going to have somebody in your home every single day, I would fully encourage looking into everything, calling tons of references. That your children are the most important thing in your life, and I think the person who's watching them, you need to know everything about them.
Now, what is the youngest age for a babysitter that you guys would consider, that you would feel safe leaving your kids with?
I'm honestly, I'm not like a huge fan of really young babysitters. I mean, I have a baby practically, it's not even one, so I just feel like a little more safe and comfortable with an older babysitter, a college-age kid, or someone. We try to use people we know really well. We have high school kids too, but you know, we've known them forever, or they're like CPR certified and in like infant care. Just because, like, especially with babies, I feel like you never know.
Now, what about as far as what to pay them? I mean, it's kind of all across the board, I guess, just based on what the family can afford. But what right now is the average that a babysitter makes an hour, would you say?
I think it differs from family to family, depending on how many kids you have. But I think you need to pay your babysitter well. You want them to like what they're doing. And if you're not paying them well, they're not going to take care of your kids in the way that you want them to. So I think they should be the highest paying person that you have in your family.
Yeah. Now, there are some babysitting services, you know, where they go ahead and help you find. Do you guys know of any here in Toledo?
I know a website people use a lot is care.com, but I don't think they do background checks. A local thing, actually, my friend Leah owns, is the Executive Nanny, and they find like they're super thorough. They go through all the background checks. They interview the people one-on-one before they even like let them into their system. And then they'll like find people that they think are good for you and your family, and they sit down with you all together.
Great.
They also do like event care. You know, they'll do like children's rooms at weddings and stuff like that. And I think they also do babysitters. So.
All right, sounds good. Good advice there, guys. A lot to think about. And of course, put these tips on your Moms on the Go WNWO Facebook page. And in the next hour, we will be talking about the big event you guys are a part of coming up on March 23rd. Some celebrities are going to be there. You guys all have an opportunity to buy a ticket that goes to a great charity as well. All that money will help them out. We're talking about babysitting. Joining us this morning, Lisa Hurst and Allie Dar. Hey, ladies. Okay, so last hour, I'm losing track of time. Last hour, I asked you guys what you would recommend paying a babysitter. And you guys kind of talked about it throughout the past hour. What is your recommendation for as far as the minimum to pay a babysitter?
I pay my babysitter $10 an hour.
Okay.
And I think that's fine. I think most people expect $10 an hour or more. Again, it depends on, I mean, how many kids you have. I feel like infants are a lot more care than self-sufficient kids. So, you know, it differs a little bit, but...
Do you guys pay, I hate to put it this way, but do you pay per child when it comes to babysitting?
Yeah, I have 3 kids, so I pay a little bit more than Lisa does, just because, I mean, 3 kids is a lot of work, and I want them to be giving them the best care that they possibly can, and I'm not going to skim on a babysitter.
Okay, so what are some of the things you look for? What is the minimum age for, you know, a high schooler that wants to get some babysitting jobs?
I feel like it depends. I mean, you look back and people started babysitting at like 14, 15, 16. I mean, I think like 16. I know some people start younger than that, and that's fine. But, I mean, first of all, it's convenient because they can drive. So I think that's a factor as well, because I know a lot of other times it's inconvenient if someone has to drop them off and pick them up, or you're not sure on the time.
And also, if there was ever to be, God forbid, an emergency, for them to be able to have the car as well is very important. Okay, so other things we want to talk about are just, is it important that you know the family of the babysitter. Is that something that's important to you guys?
That is so important to me. All of our babysitters, they used to be our old neighbors, and we let the boy and the daughter babysit. And I actually, it's funny, I just like knowing their parents and knowing where they come from a little bit. But one side note would be that I love having a boy babysitter. We call him the Manny.
Yeah.
And I have 3 boys, so he's more hands-on and more rambunctious with them. And I think that most people always want to hire a girl, but I think boys are also a good option to hire.
Yeah, absolutely. And it really is a good part-time job for boys and girls out there that are qualified, obviously, and that parents trust with their kids. Now, real quick, we want to talk about your big event. It's coming up on March 23rd. Tell us a little bit more about it.
We're doing Guinea and Grimes. Bob Guinea and Scott Grimes are coming to Foresters on the River, which is down on the docks, March 23rd at 7 o'clock. And it's benefiting Food for Thought. We're doing like a year-long initiative with 24, the Free Press, Columbia Gas, and us. And it's just a year-long initiative to help end hunger in Lucas County.
Okay, and how does everyone get tickets?
We have some stuff up online on our Facebook page. There's also a Facebook page for Free from Hunger. Tickets are $40, and it all goes to Food for Thought. And $40 will feed 9 families for 4 days.
Wow.
So, I mean, even if you can't come, just buying a ticket to feed 9 families is huge.
Absolutely.
So we're just pushing it and hoping that, you know, we can sell out all these tickets.
All right, ladies, thank you so much again. Visit the Moms on the Go WNWO Facebook page, and we also have that information on our WNWO Facebook page as well.